Oh, it is. It's totally picking up Joe's face.
Yep.
That's what it was. All right, good. Ooh, here we go. Here we go again. All right. Sorry, Eddie Munson. The incomparable Joseph.
Joining you today.
Joseph Quinn. All right, there we go. There we go. Trying to get my face. Good morning. Happy Saturday. It is, what's today's date? The 8th?
6th.
No, the 6th. Time traveling. Good morning. It is kind of a cloudy day here, and we're going to go on a Pioneer Christmas adventure. I moved the camera just slightly so Joseph Quinn wasn't so much in the shot. We are headed today to Dade City, Florida, which is home to the Florida Pioneer Museum. They're a museum that's there all year round that preserves Florida history, pioneer history, so they're going to have Florida Cracker homes, I believe. They have an old schoolhouse, a church, a train depot, like old farm equipment, just really cool things to look at. And they are having their Christmas event today, which will have some activities for the kiddos, pictures with Santa, live music, food trucks, and vendors that sell vintage and handmade crafts. And I thought it would be something cool to swing by and maybe see if I can get a few stocking stuffers along the way. This is the weekend before we head to Salem, Massachusetts. So excited. So I wanted to enjoy some of the Florida Christmas before we head up and freeze our butts off. I saw the weather. I think it's slated to be like 29 high the day we arrive. I don't know. Anyway, let's get started. Maybe grab some coffee or tea along the way because your girl is Sleepy Time Junction. Let's go. Happy Saturday. We just arrived, parked. It was an open field. I think it cost $10 to actually enter, but parking was included or free. And hoping it doesn't rain too much, we might have to take an umbrella. So let's go ahead and take a look inside. You're eating good, huh? You're eating good. Hi. So they have recreations here. This is the outhouse. Look how gnarly this is. Of course, this is not in use right now. So you have what would be toilet paper, a T-shape that you see here, and that's actually meant for ventilation. So you have like the seat here, they would do their business. The gases and odors would go through the ventilation duct on the vertical T, and then go through out on the sides of the outside walls. And if you can't believe it, I know I can't, I'm shook. Those corn husks were actually the toilet paper that they used. Yeah, I love the little horn here. Oh, it doesn't have the... Yeah. It's beautiful. Oh, what does the plate say? So we're just talking to a really look, Santa sighting, y'all. Santa sighting. So we just spoke to a really kind gentleman that let us know fun facts. Awesome. Fun fact, we were just talking to a really kind gentleman, and he let us know that Netflix would be filming a miniseries based on the time remembered. So look out for that. We're famous here in Florida. That's neat. So next we approached this structure that had some of the fiber arts, and this structure you see here was essentially found in a Florida swamp. Submerged, they restored it, including this floor that you see here. It was submerged for over 100 years. All they did was refinish the wood. It's so beautiful, built to last.
On natural fibers, which makes them into a stronger material. I mean, you take your natural fibers, you just pull apart easily. You could use them to stuff pillows or mattresses with, but if you need thread or anything between thread and rope, you need to spin it.
And so you just twist it and look over here?
So basically, so this is a bigger one, it's easier to see what you're doing.
Alright, well I can't.
But basically, you're just securing it on one end and holding it, and then this puts the spin on, and you just keep doing that, and then some more, spin some more, and when you've got enough length, then you save it onto the spindle here. And you just keep doing that and adding more wool or whatever onto it.
Like something like that.
So then, so the idea here, so that was done for thousands of years that way.
But I mean, would you start with
And so this is wool.
But how did you get to that?
Well, this one, I just don't use this as a demonstration, it's just cotton.
But would you put that on there?
You could, yeah, so you would, so this is wool that's been processed into what we call roving. So it's been combed and it's,
No, you're fine, darling. No worries.
And so the way it works, and I'm not very good at it, so I'll show you though how it works. So basically, you put the twist on. Oops, this is bound to happen. So this is, you're gonna take a little bit to get
No, that's
yeah. But
okay.
basically, so you put the twist on, and then
Okay.
you spin it the other way to wrap it around the spindle. So this is much more efficient than the
Yes.
drop spindle.
That would take a long time.
And then to be even more efficient, a couple of hundred years ago, we developed spindles with treadles on them. So your foot is operating the wheel, and we have both hands free to feed the wool into it.
Oh, a lot of work done.
And of course now you have modern spinning machines and factories that do this kind of work.
Imagine going back in time and having to make your own clothes.
Right.
You know, feed the
Remarkable.
chicken and milk the cows.
Oh, yeah.
Work the farm and.
I
Morning
know,
till
I
night.
came across my grandmother's diary from 1913. And yeah, she was doing all that stuff, but she didn't write about it in her diary because that was just her everyday work. And I was reading this diary, and she was talking about how she was making a dress for somebody, and she had gone out and she'd set up a chicken coop and got a bunch of eggs and was incubating them to hatch the eggs. And I finally realized, and that she had taken the horse and buggy in to visit her, in-laws and so forth. And I'm thinking about this. She doesn't talk about feeding the horse or the chickens. She doesn't talk about cooking. She doesn't talk about, washing dishes. And she was obviously doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we wouldn't today. Would you say, I use my dishwasher? And,
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
It's the same thing. But
Yeah.
she was,
But it gets done. Yeah.
Well, what was that thing?
But I'm thinking, to go visit her, to go to town. Of course, she was out in the country, and to go to town, she had to hook up the horse. And,
Right. It's
You
not
know?
like you just turn a key.
And she was doing, this
Right.
was in Illinois, so she was talking about blizzards and
Unbelievable.
how cold it was and stuff like that. Because the diary started in February, and when you realize life is a lot different now. Or it's also called a winder, a yarn winder. So once you finish spinning the yarn, how do you know how much you've got?
Right.
And so So basically, you take your yarn and you see there's a gear mechanism here.
Yes.
And I've seen this used where you actually had two people. One of them was doing this part, and the other was feeding the thread.
I've seen that before, yeah.
onto that. So anyway, it goes around once around is 2 yards, and it spins. You turn it 100 times, and the gear pops and stops the whole thing, and you know you've got 200 yards at that
That's
point.
so cool.
And then you take it off and make it into a skein. So this has been around the weasel, and it's not 200 yards. This was my first spinning job. This is one fleece of alpaca.
May I touch it? Is that okay?
Sure.
Oh, it's so
Alpaca's very
soft.
soft.
Yeah.
It's much softer than sheep's wool.
That's very nice.
So,
Oh my goodness.
so anyway.
So far we've taken a look at like the old farm equipment, and we had a really awesome chat with a woman who was doing some crocheting and some knitting, and just reminded us of the history that we kind of take for granted a little bit. It was pretty remarkable. She kind of, and like, it's one of those things that you like learn as a child about how, you know, to do spindle work and to actually create the yarn and the thread to make clothing. But to just be reminded by that and to see all of the steps from the raw material, whether that be cotton or alpaca or goat, to like the final product, it just puts things in perspective. We have fast fashion nowadays, and back then it was anything but fast fashion. Awesome. Love the Florida cowboy stuff. Belle of Pasco. And of course, love this Florida cracker one. That is great. We're in this kind of like this large barn that has all of this old citrus processing equipment, but then also they have some of these dioramas here of what life was like back in Pioneer, Florida. And I think it goes between like each decade. I'll just go ahead and turn around the camera so you can see. Get your old chair. Is that a coconut? That is totally a coconut. That is so funny. Oh, look at that. I think it's a far cry from Disney, that's for sure. You can actually play this piano, but as long as you do it with respect. Oh my gosh, you can't see it back there, but right there. That is an old, this ringer has steel ball bearings. Oh my gosh, that's for washing your clothes. And all I have to do today is press a button. Thank you, Samsung. We're very lucky. Which is?
Blackberry.
Oh. Thank you kindly. Thank you. We're sitting pretty. We just got some shaved ice. I got the natural cucumber lime. So good. There's no dyes. Kenneth got was vibrant green apple. So good. All right, so what we're gonna do, my tongue is numb with the cold. This is hitting the spot. It's not hot today, but it's not cold either, so the shaved ice is really delicious. I got a cucumber lime, by the way. It's so refreshing. We're gonna finish these. We're gonna head out because I think we've seen what we wanted to see. Totally recommend. Anyone wants to come to the Pioneer Museum in Village, it's worth it. We decided to head home because all of the clothing packages for Salem had arrived and I wanted to give you a Salem update. If you watched a couple of videos back, you'll remember that I did kind of like a shop with me on Amazon for Salem, and all of the clothes came, so I wanted to show you what came of that as well. This is the coat that I bought and it's so cute. It's so warm. This thing is gonna keep me super, super warm. It looks like Palpatine, like a Sith. I'm very happy with it. It's it's incredibly warm. Like the pockets are like lined. This is gonna do wonders considering last time I checked, the forecast has only gotten colder. The day we arrive, which is Saturday, the high is a very mild 28 degrees. I'm excited. I'm totally excited. I love the cold, even though I am a Floridian. I just enjoy it. Though, like, I think everyone would be like, are you crazy? Cold? Yes, I love it. But I have total respect for the folks who deal with all of the seasons and the snow and the slush and the sleet. That I do not envy you. So this is the coat. It closes, it zips up. Nice little very fuzzy hat. I think it'll do wonders. All right, take that off. I'll show the other stuff that I got. Now, I did purchase a couple of other things. It's like thermals. Thermals came. I won't show you those. That's not really exciting. And I did buy, if you can remember, it was like a pair of jeans, but it had fleece lined. It came, I tried it on. They were heavy, like they were super uncomfortable. Definitely could cut the wind. I think they would be super handy, but I think I'm just gonna brave it, especially with that big coat of, if I wear thermals beneath my jeans and if it's super, super cold, I'll be fine. It's not gonna be in the negatives, but it might reach the teens at night, and we do have a kind of a ghost tour scheduled while we're there. So we'll have to bundle up. As for tops, I'm just gonna go with some sweaters. This sweater I haven't showed you yet, but it's a Yule Cat, as the Yule Cat that I'm wearing right now. I did a quick short, but I got this Yule Cat at Prometheus Esoterica. Great little shop. And I got this Yule Cat sweater. Look how cool it looks. So I'm rocking this while I'm there. With the thermal underneath for sure. And then of course, I wanted to stay in like the jewel tones, and I just pulled these from my closet, to be honest. And I got this kind of like knit pretty, it's coming off kind of orangey, but this is a nice, really pretty sweater. It's like a cranberry color. So wearing this one as well. And then I had like a deep green, same sweater, just different color. And I think they'll do me just fine. Oh wait, this is the thermal. I tried it on. It's pretty good. It's very form-fitting, but I think that's the point. And then of course on the inside, can't really tell, but it's like a fleeced line, not thick, but it'll certainly keep the warm in, whatever's left. So one of you in the comment section, actually a couple of you in your wise wisdom, had suggested that I purchase a hand warmer, or 2 hand warmers. So I did. I got these off of Amazon, and these are pretty neat. They have like a little fidget spinner. So if you need to fidget, you can do that in your pocket. There you go. It has 3 settings. Immediately gets warm. So there's another one of these, it's charging. But I think we're gonna buy another pair for my husband because he thought, no, I'll be okay. He's from Arkansas, so he's like, shh, I'll be good. But then when he saw how cold it was gonna be and he saw how well these worked, he said, probably get another pair. These are the boots that came in. They're super cute. They are fur-lined, or faux fur-lined, of course. Zipper. I've already broken them in. I wore them around the house earlier this week. They seem to be super comfortable. Will hopefully keep my feet warm. But I think I'm ready, y'all. I think I'm super ready. Very excited. Still got to take the tag off. But this coming Saturday, we'll be leaving very early, catch a flight to Boston, then renting a car to Salem. We were gonna Uber, but we did decide let's go ahead and just rent a vehicle because of the weather. We just don't know if it will snow or if, gosh, it just gets so cold and we're maybe done with all of the shopping and all of the touristy things that if we want to drive out and explore, outside of Salem, we certainly can. I'm gonna let you go. We have a busy week this week. I'm finishing up work. I will wrap up the house, make sure everything's good before we head to Salem, and then I will see you there. I really can't wait to bring you along with me. So if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Would love to know what's going on with you in this very busy December month. I love talking to you. And until next time, stay spooky.